Microphone. Okay, hopefully now you got it. How's the sound now? Check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2. We getting it? I'm seeing my bar move. Yay, I finally have it. Okay. Alright, so backing all the way up. As you see, I've been watching this chat the whole time. I thought I was live, but apparently YouTube decided to... Sorry. Sorry about the loud there. YouTube decided to change the stream key on me for whatever reason. So now I'm back. Alright. So what I was trying to do was show you... where is it? That is what I'm printing. And as part of this flexible webcam set, I've already got this piece that's doing the snap on onto the extrusion itself with the ball mount. And then you put on as many of these little spacers that you need. Then there's a couple of different sized locking rings for how much, you know, pressure you need on it to keep it steady. And then due to the new webcam, because I got another C615, just like the main one that I'm using, but I got another one hooked up. This mount will allow the screw and lock pin to work, because you go over here. I need... There. So, as you can see, the whole front of the original camera on the K280 fell off, and it snapped. So I was going to put that back on, but then the back piece here, the pin, it's probably not going to be able to focus on it, but it jammed that back part up really, really bad. So, yeah. And there's the new cam, and I've got most of the mount working. So there's the new front plate for the K280. Ugh, let me move this camera back. Okay. Yeah, I gotta either build a whole new mount or something. But yeah, so now that comes in really nice and crisp. So I'm kind of liking that. But yeah, like I was saying, the bottom part of the K280, I ended up cutting a hole. It's mounted right now. But the smaller fan, I cut it a little bit. Like, I measured the outside, not thinking, cut the whole box, and then the fan just passed right through. And I was like, well, now I have nothing to mount it. So that side is kind of dead. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that part yet. But as you can see from the other picture, the MKS Gen L and the TFT touchscreen, it's not allowing like the touchscreen to swap. Yeah, I'm gonna 3D print them out. It's not allowing it to swap the screen from the main status to show print status, because I'm not printing through SD, and it's really driving me nuts. So I'm still having to occasionally put the old original like ANET, you know, screen onto the printer so that I can get that other fine pieces, a little bit of the other stuff that's going on. So it's kind of irritating that I'm gonna have to leave a screen on the machine and have a touch screen. So I'm thinking of kind of printing a mounting bracket to attach to that wall, you know, cut out a little bit more and attach it on there so that it's secure. So when you go to touch it, it's not like bowing, and where I can go straight down and kind of solidify that connection. And then that way I'm not cutting or losing another whole panel, even though I got plenty of it, but still. Yeah, I was kind of upset. I've been watching video after video on the JG Aurora, which is the main one that you were saying that, you know, it's also the main one that I can find that uses that TFT screen. And in a standalone mode, oh yeah, it works awesome. But as soon as you introduce Octoprint, it's not living up to what I thought it was going to. But I don't have anything else to put that screen on, so I'm not gonna let it really go to waste. You know, it just, some of the other little minor functions, like right now I can't do baby stepping on the touch screen, even though I put the baby step from the JG Aurora thing. Their code, what it ends up doing is locking up the printer. You go to hit baby step at any point and it literally just freezes the printer right where it's at, and the only option I have is to hard power cycle to be able to get anything to work, or go through Octoprint interface and tell it to reconnect, because it shuts out the firmware. So I know I got something wrong, but I don't understand why it won't do it if I've got it baby stepping turned on in my firmware and it's turned on or on the touch panel's screen. I don't understand why it's not doing it. I usually don't do Octoprint baby stepping, but then again, now that I've got it all set up, it prints consistently. I don't really need to do baby stepping anymore. So, you know, I mean, as much as I would like it to work, I also kind of really don't care because it doesn't do it anymore. So, I don't know. Something to look at, but I mean, I'd rather get this new housing. And if anybody's got a link, it is a C210, but its design is almost identical to a 270. But I can unscrew the circuit card from this housing if there's like a full shell, and I wouldn't mind like seeing if it'll work, because it's just the inner circuit card. I mean, the whole back is damaged, plus, I mean, the front came off, so I mean, I can unbolt everything. And if it's just going to be an extra camera for like shop view, I don't really care per se what it looks like. I'm going to print it mostly in black just so it doesn't, you know, change the hue of anything. But right now it's still a viable camera. But yeah. So the other thing that I was looking at is on the 280, I looked at one of the other guys' mounts, and I don't know if I still have it on here. It's a frame mount. Come on. Where is my 280 collection? Alright. Here it is. Let me go back over to it. So he did this big X pattern to go on all three sides. Of course, he flipped his upside down, which I'm not really going to do. But I went to price the rods, and it's still going to be about $9 a rod, and you need 6. So I don't know if I'm going to really do that. Plus, even the workers there at Home Depot was even saying that even with that X pattern, it may still like kind of twist a little bit. So I did remember, if you guys remember, we did print off this big universal block. I'm going to redesign it just a little bit, because even the bottom locking base is wider than a 2020 profile, but it also doesn't have any grooves to like keep it from rocking, so you have to use 2 bolts, which I'd rather go down to like maybe half that thickness and just do one bolt, but have it where it doesn't twist. And then put one at the top, middle, and bottom, and then take this panel board that I've got, the backer board that I cut all the front frame pieces, and just, if you screw it in on 3 points on 2 whole sides to completely block that off, and then a half one across the top where, you know, it's not usable space anyway, then that should keep the whole thing from twisting because it's anchored at so many spots. And I think that not only will it be like an enclosure, but also give it frame stiffness. And I've already got 2 of the big boards that together cost me like $6, and then I can print these. So I think I'm gonna go that way. But that's kind of some of the thoughts here lately. Let's see if Overseer's working tonight. Of course not. I gotta change that security setting, or find out if I can. But anyway, do apologize for missing last week's stream. Had kind of like a pseudo flu type symptoms. It wasn't straight out flu because I haven't had that in years now. But I just really was feeling too hot in my stomach. You know, just it was just not really that great of a night. And so I just kind of passed off on the what you call it, the live stream, but feeling a lot better now. So get this going. Yeah, feeling a lot better now. The boys are hanging out with me tonight. They're off in the other room watching a movie. Mama's hanging out on buying some new clothes on a brand new place that opened up. Trying to find some of that cheapy clothing to get ready for summer. Okay. Sorry, just checking some notifications there. Oh man, Carl, sorry to hear. You doing all right though? I mean, you got something else like in the works and lining up? Nice, Sean. That was actually a pretty interesting movie. I wouldn't say good, but it did bring up some very interesting behaviors that would change in an apocalyptic. I can't pronounce tonight. In that type of dire situation, like of everything changing, that did bring up some very interesting behavioral changes. Oh, Shom, speaking of which, I don't know if I've got a picture of it. What is it? Link. I took a picture of it, and it was a thing that I was gonna 12 weeks of severance. That might not be too bad. That sounds pretty cool. I mean, not that the situation, but at least they gave you something and didn't just like say, see you later, and then that be it. Alright. Oh. Well, if you end up going like back to the same company as a contractor, oh man, 2,000 people got laid off. Yikes. But this is kind of what I wanted to look at, Shalom. It's super basic. I know it's going to seem like really dumb that I'm even wanting to try to do this, but, you know, hey, I want to try to up my fusion skills. So yeah, see, it's just this basic housing. It's nothing super special about it. The biggest problem is this round or rectangular spot for the power cable. It needs to be more square for what I've got, because they never gave me a factory plug. Plus, you know, I don't have one of these super short cables. But I do think it's interesting, you know, so that you can basically wall mount it like that. Here's the blown up picture. I have the white one, but I think that would be kind of pretty cool. Hey, honey. But that's why I was asking on your stream, like, how did you guys find it really hard to take, you know, when you were starting out? Obviously you got it down now, but to go from a picture and then start tracing it out and then, you know, pull the extrusion, like, was it hard to really, like, learn to do that kind of thing? Because there's a lot of things that if it's not too hard, it just takes a little bit of time to hone in the skill. There's a lot of things that I would love to convert from a picture to a print just for stuff around the house, not even to like try to sell it off or anything like that. But I mean, because that's only $9. But at the same time, like I said, that power adapter that they show in there, I don't have one like that. I don't have that rectangular. Mine actually came with just a standard Apple charger square. So, but yeah, we just got. Yeah, true. Well, that's what I wondered, you know, like if you drop the picture in and then obviously take some caliper measurements to be like, okay, now I got to set the scale right, you know, and then start drawing it out. Like, I don't know. I was just curious if it was a difficult thing to kind of really learn how to do, or if it's just kind of like everything else, like with the printers, just practice, and you kind of get it. Man, that camera definition is so much better than it used to be on this other thing. Let's see if we can turn it just a hair. Oop. Yeah. I know. There we go. Yeah, I figured. I mean, at some point, I need to learn more, and Tinkercad is just, it's good for basic stuff, but I also, and I could probably use it, I've been using it this whole time, but something like this is like just a little bit more in the Fusion 360 world that I would like to start learning more of. I mean, I'm starting with the whole Lars Christensen series, but here lately, man, work has just been so demanding. Like, I can't like think straight by the time I get ready to watch a video and build, you know, the electrical conduit and start off from the beginning. And by the end, I'm just like, I don't know. Man, my pot is going crazy tonight. I didn't think he was actually still working. Oh, come on. Why don't you want to, like... I need to put a shortcut to it because I don't remember how to get into this stupid thing. Oh, Nightbot.tv. That's what it was. Yeah, I tried to import a camera mount. Part of this set, he actually had the Fusion 360 file for the one that's on the screen now. And it's like 50 little parts. And I started like deleting, and I got that the whole center part that it's working on right now. I got that whole thing deleted. Started to, you know, bring in the sides for the bolt. Let me, hold on. Max main cam. Alright, I don't know. There we go. So, and I actually, come on. Yeah. So I actually designed that top part, dropped it all the way to the bed table so just so I could get this part of the measurement. But yeah, I cut out the whole center, but then I didn't cut, you know, the holes through it because I hadn't got that far. But I mean, I'm trying. I'm starting to learn 360. It's taking a little bit more of a learning curve than I expected. But all the while, you know, trying to plan out these printer upgrades and catch up on all the family promises that I made of printing different objects for them. Some of them multicolor, so I've been trying to play with that. Oh, and then I'm using this as kind of a inspirational double motor mount piece. It was for the A-net. And it basically is supposed to sit vertically, and then you put the motors behind, so you have the number faceplate, and you know, can it pinch it to pull your filament in and out. I was going to use that as kind of like a template for the Tronxy, so I can put both motors off of one side, have it easy, have both spools on one side. That way I can do the double Bowden tube in a protector all the way over from one side. You know, reduce a lot of the kinks and stuff. And yeah, that's why I was thinking I probably need to do it in Fusion. Otherwise, it's going to take me forever. But then I'm not that good at Fusion, so I was trying to throw some stuff into Tinkercad, and then it was just like overwhelming me. And then I was like, all right, I'm done. So, just stuff in the works. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to get in there. Sorry, I got a little distracted here. All right, timers. So, all right. Well, let's just check out. See, I don't know what's going on. Let me just disable all of them because, yeah, I don't. Last stream that we did on the giveaway, Nightbot didn't even like pick up or do anything, even though we were live the whole time. It did. I don't think it jumped in, but like once, or it didn't even jump in at all. Then this thing sometimes every now and then posts as me, but I can't get it to do the what you call it, like a YouTube bot. And every time I was trying to look at what a YouTube bot would actually qualify for, they're just basically making it another user account that just you give them admin rights, so then it shows up as that person. And I'm like, okay, but I don't want to create another YouTube account and Gmail account just to be able to have a YouTube bot for Streamlabs. And so I was thinking of going back to Nightbot because everybody will see it, but then it was like, I don't know. It being a little weird. I diversify a little too much. See, like, that doesn't even make sense. Nightbot is saying it pulled in all the chat, and like if I go to the giveaway section, it doesn't. It says that nobody is eligible, and I put it on active user, and I've got all of the eligibility like highlighted, so anybody and everybody. I don't know. Technology is just not being nice to me this last week. Everything's causing issues. But, oh, I didn't get to show it off. I got my, yeah, that's not in frame. Smart guy. You guys probably can't even see that at all, even if I moved it. Alright, we'll do this. Next main cam and go. So I got my new dehydrator, and yes, that is a PETG extension to put a spool in it, and for some weird reason my X5ST decided to do all of that bottom part of PETG pretty decently, and then all of a sudden it just decided to go snowy. That I have no idea what's going on. It still printed all of it, but it was just quite horrible. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of people's streams. YouTube is just going strange. Oh, okay, so now Nightbot decided that Llama, that you're the first one, you're the first eligible user in the giveaway tab. I guess because you said something. Oh, yeah. First layer in half an hour. They do some interesting stuff. Some of the things I think it would be nice if they explained a little bit more, but they go so fast on some of it that it's a little weird. Oh, okay, well, if anybody decides to use Nightbot, here's something I just found out. I went to a different tab, went back to the giveaway tab, and now it cleared out all the eligible users. Yep, the crazy Canucks. This thing is... Yes, I know you're a channel moderator. Thank you. See, this is why I think I like the Streamlabs version a little bit more than Nightbot, because, I mean, it's simple. I fill out what I want it to do and hit start the giveaway, and then it just populates the stuff in there. But I was trying to do something a little more pizzazz-a-rooney that, you know, everybody else does with Nightbot, but maybe I just need to create a secondary YouTube live channel name or member name, make them a mod, so then I can use that as the user that goes in this thing or in the chat, so it doesn't show like I'm trying to rebroadcast my own stuff. Yeah, I know. Nightbot, I don't know. For a while, even though I had an account, it said that YouTube wasn't even available. And then it took me a while to figure out that ghostly Chrome add-in that I put in to get through the Tinkercad, I mean not Tinkercad, Thingiverse slowdowns from Uncle Jesse's page. When I put on that plugin, everything was working fine. Yeah, apparently it made it where Nightbot didn't even show me the red banner for YouTube, so I couldn't get in for anything. And then for a while, even within YouTube, all of those social media posts to like broadcast your live stream, all of those were gone too. It took me a while to figure out how to get it all back. So that's why I thought my Nightbot was like dead, because they also didn't show on the last stream very well, but now it is. But well, if you do, as much as people complain, you could do what I did, though I don't know how successful you might be. You could try to get this K280, order it from, oh, what was her name? It's 3D printing hubs, I think is what it was. I'll have to look them back up again. But anyway, you could do like I did, order it from them, to think that they're going to process your payment, to find out that it's actually HE3D that processes the payment, because really and truly it is the same company. They're just fronting like it's something different. And then you pay the price for free shipping because it's from the American warehouse, to find out that it actually is coming from the Chinese warehouse the whole time, because they don't have any stock US side. And the free shipping that you offset, because it's $90 cheaper if you order it directly through HE3D, but it would cost you $90 in shipping to get it on the expedited shipping. And then when you call them out on it, to be like, well, I paid for free shipping and from a US, and you still sent it from overseas, so I'll at least just refund my free shipping that you're charging in the price difference. And then you have to take it up with PayPal, and then instead of just giving you the $90 difference, which was already approved by me to PayPal to send to them, they just find it easier and refund the whole $380 printer, and then you just end up with a free Delta printer. So you could try that if you wanted. I don't know. Or if, what's his name shows up, Warren Watts. What is his channel name? Dang it, I can't remember his name now. King Beetle. If he shows up on the thing, then he actually just hand built his own Delta. I mean, you could even do a a self-procured everything kit. Do it that way too. I don't know if it'll be cheap. Yeah, King. I don't know if it'll be any cheaper, but you could always try that if you wanted. Personally, I got this K280 to print the kids, extrusion poles, because I wanted it fully 3D printed. So here soon, when I get the wobble out, it'll be fine. But my Anycubic Linear Plus was like fantastic. I haven't had really any issues hardware-wise. Now getting Marlin 2.0 configured right in it, that's been a little bit interesting, but it still works. But the one thing I don't like about this K280, here, let me go back to me. So it came with these as the leveling probe. Hi, baby. It's got the big foam, I guess it's a piezo sensor. So as the nozzle, it sits on the nozzle, and as it taps the glass, the two metal plates touch. Well, apparently I accidentally hit preheat. Okay, come on. Focus. Yeah. I don't know if you can see that. Don't focus on me. So that's what it's supposed to look like, and that's what I did to it. So it melted the hex into that foam core that they've got. Still works, but I'm glad they give me two. But I haven't had it reattached for a while, because once I got it lined up or calibrated right, I haven't had an issue with how many times I've moved it. Well, it actually says, Llama, it said on there when you look up the 3D place, they're in Indiana, and they said that that was the location of the warehouse that they were going to ship it from. Because it was not HE3D, it was this whole other company, and it's all their addresses, everything is US addresses. I looked them up on Google before I bought it, everything, and that's why I was like, well, that's awesome. It's going to come from an actual US warehouse from a company in the US. You know, they should have the stock. It said everything was fine. And then I didn't see anything moving for a couple days. Asked them about it. I was like, why isn't it moving anywhere? And then they go, oh, well, HE3D is the one that actually processed your payment. And I'm like, well, yeah, they're the owners of the printer, but I bought it from somewhere else. Why are they processing? Well, we partner with them to do a direct purchase. And that's what tipped me off. I'm like, so then it's not coming from a U.S. warehouse. Like you said, it was coming from the U.S. That's why you could offer free shipping and everything. But like I said, I took all that up with PayPal, and yeah. But yeah, that is true though. Some of the things that say U.S. warehouse, yeah, it's just a designated area. So yeah, I completely agree with you on that one. Now all I need to do is on this K280 is, because even though I really like the whole big super huge blower fans, this little one is actually working really decent, but it only cools from one side. And it would really be nice to have like a little circular mount. But all of these 4010 or 4015, whatever fan that is, it's the same one as like on my, well, the factory one on the E10 and the CR10 and some of the, all those style. But the where that fan lines up, I need the ring, half moon, full ring, whatever. I need it to be center, and all of the ones that I find are off to, you know, the one side. So even if I mirror it, I can't get it to work. And my design skills are nowhere near what they need to be to try to correct the situation on my own. I've been trying to find something, but like I said, it works. It could be better. But I don't want to have to completely redesign a new hot end mount, even though some other people did it. But I don't want to have to like reprint the whole thing and have this huge, colossal 5015, you know, the big radial fans, and where it pipes all the way around and blows from two sides. Just a small ring, little screw-in should be sufficient. But I was even trying to design my own custom ring fan for the Tronxy one too, because the dual fan, the way that they've got it angled is just a little weird. So, well, yeah, I mean, I know it blows more than enough air, but that's what I mean. Like, even as small as this fan is, it blows fine. The one side is perfectly cool, you know, but it's just when it reaches the other side, there's still too much, just a little too much heat coming, and it'd be nice to have it blow even, you know, 2/3 of the way around it. That would be fine, but again, I can't find anything that's got it enough. I'll show you my idea of what I was trying to do, at least with the Tronxy. Because same thing, it's got the same exact fan on either side, and I didn't want to really have to redo everything on it either. But yeah, this is kind of what I was working with. Get it in frame. There we go. So the green box is actually the true measurement from outer edge of each of the two pieces. And what I was trying to do is get the ring centered, but where it connects on both of these, That way you could essentially print in place one whole unit and then just lock it into both of the fans at the same time, and then they each blow, and they only need to blow 50%. You know what I mean? And you can make it a hard wall dead center on both sides, so they're just the two 50% or, you know, half ring. And that way it'll keep the constant pressure on both. Or if it makes more sense to, you know, channel one to go one half and channel the other one to go the other half, but that way you just straight drop it in on the factory piece, and then that way it does a cool cyclone. It's just an idea I'm kind of toying with, because I think that would be pretty decent. But, you know, because it does print, and I'm not trying to repeat my original X5S catastrophe that took me a year to practically get the stupid thing back to where it actually will print, because I was too worried about upgrades. So now that I got it actually printing, I want to go slow and like not take it out. So 2-point fans, okay. I guess you know, one block view doesn't bend. Okay, so you're saying like that whole, like that, like do a mount piece that comes straight out and then just a bar on either end that does, so you have your center straight through, and then just two straight line. They don't have to go all the, you know, all the way, but like just two that have side mounted ones. Is that what you're talking about? Large main, front, or back, then the left or right that is shifted. So, okay, if I'm reading that right, let me go back to my collection and see if I understand. So it's probably a lot like what I have on my Anycubic as is. I think I got it still saved. Maybe I don't. How do I not have that thing saved? Turbo fan, no. No, no, no. That one? Alright, so this is showing the underside view, but so you're talking about like this? So it has the, granted I can't use this because it bolts into the Anycubic itself, but where the fan is straight above this, it comes down, there's the main center port right here, and then one on either side, but then the whole front is open to view. Is that kind of what you're talking about? Oh, you put a thingiverse thing. Alright. I don't know why. Come on. Oh, okay. So basically the was it minstrel? I can't think of their name. I think I got it saved in here. Is it my A8 upgrades from way back? Oh, yeah, like this, right? Where it has the, so it's coming in at an angle on two sides. Oh, okay. Well, I would love to have one of these. I don't care, you know what I mean? But it can't have that connector. It would need to be one that I could mount to a 4015. I'll even do that. Because yeah, when they're on and it blows in like that. $4010. Okay. I don't know why I keep saying 4015. See, even when I do the 4010 part, just to see if I could find, you know, maybe the name with a 4010 part fan, but there's no vent, so it creates turbulence and blockage and actually ends up and falling up and around the heat block. Ah, I gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I know. Alright, so that's just a straight shaft, or straight flat line. Yeah, that wouldn't work. Alright, Sean. Have a good night. See, that one would kind of work. I mean, with that you know, same bottom part, but I don't really have a, I don't know if it'll attach correctly to begin with, but it would also not really allow me to do the second one. Come on, why are you taking forever to load? But yeah, they've got it angled, you know, all angled down. I mean, that would be nice. And it's just taking the straight, yeah, straight input from the fan. I'm going straight into the ring. That'd be a little interesting. But see, like, everybody has this converter to do into the 5015. There you go, first layer is live. But see, I even tried looking at this one. Yeah. So this one just got the 2 ports. I mean, that would kind of be nice. But again, like, and I'm thinking more for the Delta right now. I would try to do this, but I would need this whole piece to be more direct center, because that's where the nozzle lines up. So like right where this dot is on the very edge of this fan, that's like where the nozzle would be lining up. So that's my problem, is I can't find that 4010 adapter and a blower that I can like shift, because my design skills are absolutely horrible. So me trying to come up with something like that, I don't know. And actually, I think I printed that one out, and it didn't line up like for anything right on the trunksy. Because there's, I don't know if I can. Let's see if I can get it to move over. Did that close everything? I sure did. Yes, thank you, Scott. I know you know. You saw how my design skills worked before. Ugh, my internet is going so slow. I think the kids are watching a movie. It's taking all my bandwidth now. Come on. All right, Lana, thanks. Thanks for hanging out. Okay, yeah, I don't. Do 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 do. Oh, why is it taking so long to connect tonight? Sweet, I definitely will hit you up for that. But I think I'm going to watch a few videos from Lars to get a little bit more spatial awareness. That way I don't like completely get distracted by your help to where I'm not even like doing anything helpful at all. Alright. Alright, move like 50. Alright, I don't know how well that's going to come into focus there. But yeah, I don't know if you can see in the reflection on the bottom side of it, but it's just two little square openings. So it channels it down, but there's no slope. So it's hitting literally like just a big dead flat block all the way, and then the only air escape is through those nozzles. But the way they printed them flat on the bed surface, it's just two little squares, and if you look at the angle, it's like it hits, and it hits at such a hard angle. There's no slope, that it's almost like it keeps curling and goes more straight down. It's a little bit angled, but I mean it's so far down of an angle that you got air moving beside the nozzle, and it comes with a silicone sock. So it's almost like, that's kind of why I'm wanting to redo it, because it's like the air is not getting close enough to the printed part to cool it down properly. But again, it sits so far back, because that's on the very back edge of that adapter, and it lines up almost dead on with the nozzle. So it's like trying to customize that thing as well. If I'm, you know, trying to play with any ideas, like that is just craziness. And actually, I think Craig was kind enough to share me his file that had it in there. Yeah, there we go. Well, it only has 3 files in it, but still. Pull one up. Paste. Come on. Alright, so let's remove that part and excuse me. So yeah, see? So they print like this, right? But if you look in the chamber, it's, let me at least tell it prepare to print. There. So if you break it down, if you look, that chamber is just solid all the way till the very bottom where it diverts that 90-degree to go out the hole. And even then, it's only a little bit of a slope, and it's at a like a 45-degree angle. So when it blows out, like I said, it's far enough back that it's like it blows out and will hit a heat block distance away from the center of the nozzle, almost a full heat block wide. So you know what I mean, like that hard of an angle away from the part itself. So I don't think it's getting optimal cooling, even though that they're small fans, and I get that, but I think just a little bit of modification would be outstanding. I mean, even to the point of I'm wondering if, knowing how these parts interact, right? Slightly rotate. $90 degrees, so they sit apart from each other like that. The nozzle is almost like dead center right here. Even though it would block the view, I'm wondering if it would make more sense to space these out correctly, then put a straight like square block to connect them, put, you know, your diversionary triangle so that it blows out the center, and then open up like two more square block pieces. Why is it? Get that out of the way. You know, to have it come from the middle on either side, and then on the other one, like almost connect them so that it blows then in, but make this whole thing, you know, 180 degrees, so it's off of the front. Now granted, you won't be, like I said, you wouldn't be seeing into the nozzle. You'd have to almost look from the back side to get it, unless, you know, you make the rectangle piece like further back here to connect them, so that the nozzle can sit here and then the pipe is just back and then it blows in. But I mean, it's kind of neither here nor there at that point. But I'm wondering, maybe that would work. Then it would kind of give you your 3 points and each fan is really only doing 2, and then it just, but that third point is a combination of both fans versus the 2 straight from the side. I wonder if maybe something like that might work. I don't know. Maybe I'll draft something up and we can play around with it. Alright, so we'll just play with it tonight. I mean, the part's done, so I'm going to wait for it to cool off a little bit before we start playing with it. Just import the factory file. Yeah, that was the original part that all I did was hack off the triangle, so, you know. Line. Where? And we'll do. Alright, so now these are set the actual factory distance of what I measured on mine from outer edge to outer edge, not pinching, just loose. And I got it where it would line up. So this is the factory part that they sent. So let's see. Look at something real quick on there. And of course I can't see anything. So hold on a second. Let me drop the bed down. I can actually look at it. Okay, so the nozzle tip is actually right about in here. So I guess probably be a better representation, right? Yeah, that's about what it's like. Center of the two and just off of there. So, what I was kind of thinking, if that kind of makes sense. You know what I mean? Obviously, like another change on this piece just to make it not so flat like that, but actually like where it blows more at the point, but maybe have a connection tube to make this like one big solid part, but that has a hard block but with a hole, so that air comes from one side, hits the angle, and then blows out. Same thing on the other side, blows out, and then you have the two at the ends that are you know, blowing out a little bit better. I don't know, that was just kind of what I was thinking. That's supposed to be a Tinker CAD pun there, Scott. Ah, that's not what I want. Let's do that. It's all right, Scott. Much love for you. All right, so it raised that up. box go? Yikes. I don't want it all the way out there. Yeah, but I don't mind input. If you want to give it, by all means, I'll take input. Because I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of futzing around. Alright, so maybe 8, 8. Rotate 5 degrees. Aw. There's something on the rotation that's not right here. What did it do? Ah, skid steer. Yeah. Okay. Let's lower this through. Alright, 45 is not quite enough. I guess 67 is the angle that I'm looking for. Ugh. Hydraulic control valve. I have to rebuild it, but broke electronic shutoff valves. Oh. Well, cool. It looks like I got another subscriber, though it didn't pop up, so they probably have their stuff hidden. So if you're on this channel stream and you subscribe, thank you very much. So I know I probably don't have this guy lined up. So let's... There we go. That makes more sense now. Okay. Wow, so that's literally like right on the line there. I guess I lined that one up good. The YouTube little thing up in the top was saying 5, so I don't know. If it's wrong, it's wrong. If you're the only one watching, cool. I'm just tinkering around with this now. Oh, you know what? Rob is probably cool enough. Yeah. All right. So that would go there. So this go here. I need a bolt that's big enough. Of course, the one time I need a bigger bolt. I don't have one. Of course not. Well, any ideas what size the what you call it, the thread on a standard camera mount? Guess I gotta look that one up at some point here tonight. Move that out of the way. Alright. Logitech C615. Quarter inch. Okay. So I'm going to have to get at least 2 of those because I don't have one at all right now. Ba-ba-ba-da-ba. Alright, there's the software release, microphone. And of course, when you go into product specification, do they say anything? Nope. So in other words, I need to take the camera mount to the hardware store just to make sure it's not a 1/4 by 20 thread, that it's not a 3/8 by 16 thread, according to the photography website, saying those are the two standards. Anyway, all right, so we will. No, we don't want to do that. Yeah, we want a sloping pattern so that the block is well taken care of. This we want to move further down. But totally not what I wanted it to do. Okay. Yeah, but that's going to put too big of a hole because I don't need it to go that far. I just wanted it to be chambered. So I need to do 5. This was 9, so I need to do 6. I need to raise this. Alright. 5. Slide that bad boy in right there. This way. Here. Then we need to paste. Paste. Rotate. 3. Here. See, this is the only reason I kind of wish I had Fusion 360 if it had the add-on to do the, what you call it, the vortex simulation where, you know, I could drop this part in there and then say, okay, calculate airflow and then let it kind of do its thing. And then that way I could see what I'm doing. But at the same time, even if I had that, I don't know if I'd be able to actually make it work right regardless. So, but that would be kind of a nice thing to do. Okay, I don't think that's gonna work. I think that's gonna blow down, make that turn, and then just go right on the outside. What do you mean, Scott? What am I overthinking? I'm sure it's probably a lot of this, but still. Ah. Just wanted it to turn over here. Let's make that. So that's going to miss that curve completely. Cool. So that one should be good on that. Oh, true, true. I'm just saying, I think that this center hole here on this on the triangle, let me hide that for a minute. I think this part is gonna like come down this hole, hit here, and then loop back away instead of going into here, into the center. I don't think it's with that. From center to, yeah. So why isn't this one? All right. That should connect those two. Come on, you turd. Hide. Hide. There we go. All right. Align. Centers. $13.75 to midpoint. So why are you acting like this? It don't make sense. $15.15. Hey, Chris. That should be more even. Okay. All right. So. Now, how is that not connected? Oh. Add this week root. And then that to this to align center. This I'll be ungrouped. Ruler. Alright. That looks a lot better. Alright, so those two air chambers do connect. Alright, so what about... Alright, so everything but this piece. This piece. Ooh. Oh, that sucks. Undo. Crap. Forgot to make that solid again. There we go. Make that solid. Make that a hole. Make that a hole. There we go. Now group it together. Okay. All right, what do you think, Scott? I know that green is probably a hard contrast. Forgot to hide that plane. There we go. All right. Starting to take a bit more shape. I don't know how well that's going to work. But what do you think, Scott? Should be okay? So Chris, if you're still there, basically I'm trying to think of a modified Tronxy dual extrusion blower or fan mount for the 4010 blowers. So this is the factory part hidden behind. And I'm trying to add like an extension on both sides out more. So it gets closer to the nozzle represented here. And then add in a connecting chamber between the pieces, but it's separated so that the fan will blow down these two corridors. So it's got 3-point, but it's all one unit, so it lines up just right up into the thing. I don't know. Trying to make a stab at it here. See if maybe that helps a bit. I don't feel like that centerpiece is doing right, but I don't know how to like get the measurements to align and do the different stuff in Fusion like I can here, so I'm like a little lost on what might actually work, you know. Jeez, I still got another hour? That is crazy. Okay. Here I'm thinking like the stream's like right about the end because I'm like out of time here. I need to get some blocking rings on this thing because that is pitifully weak. It won't take too long to print, so let me get that going real quick. Okay, so it is on the right one there. So let's drop testing. So this is tight. This is loose and mid. Okay. This is mid. All right. Mid. So these are the locking rings for the teaching tech version of the camera mount. We'll see how well this actually works. I don't remember which size locking ring I need to print, so might as well just print them all and then test it. This one. Boop, 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 boop. Come on. Sometimes this Aquaprint takes forever. There we go. Still taking a while, but you know, hey. Connect, yep, got it. Alright, preview. Do 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 do. Alright. I guess I can always just try to print it and see what goes wrong or doesn't go wrong, right? Do some iterative design. You got the word down there. Alright, let's just print it on the big old Trunksy. We'll have it print its own nozzle. here. And I exported it wrong. Okay. Go back and export the selected shape. Yeah, it looks pretty rough, but you know, hey. Willing to try it out and see what happens. Only about an hour? That's not too bad. What did I even print the settings on though? Well, it's at 90. We're getting pretty decent prints out of that. Okay. Where's the bed? Come on, show the webcam already. I'm not sure what that squeaking noise was coming from the fan. Some of the filament jumped in there. Yeah, a big old chunk. Who's filmed it? Tiny hair threaded stuff. Whatever. There we go. That's better. Oh, all right. Get this thing home. Temps. Yeah, and I don't know if you're still here, Chris. This is the one thing that I'm trying to get Trunksy to fix. When it's talks between HE2 firmware developers and Trunksy, but as you see, it's registering, you know, 208, but it says the target is the same as the bed. And if you go into terminal, I mean, it's reading it, but you know, like T207 out of 215, but then when you get to the T0, it says out of 60, and then T1 for whatever reason is coming out of 0. I don't know. It prints, so I'm not, you know, super worried about it, but it would be nice to have this be correct, you know, because it shows that it bursts it for a second, and then it reads the rest of it, and then it drops it all the way down to 0, but then it shows the rest of the graph showing like it's running right where I need it to at 215. So I don't know. Bunch of silliness. Wonder if my overseer is working again. Rebooted the old one. Did that damage it? Come on. Yeah, I damaged it. Well, fiddlesticks. Yeah, that's point a little too high. But I don't have any of the locking rings to hold it in correctly. You shouldn't have to keep reloading the chat every time. No. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Alright, 2 degrees away. Oh, and I did get a message back for anybody that would be interested. So far, the cheapest company that I've seen with a quote for 915 millimeter linear rails for the K280 with the standard size slider. Since from the measurements that I'm seeing, it would only take a standard size, and it wouldn't be like, it doesn't need the longer one, but I can always redo it if I've got my measurements wrong. But anyway, to do that with one slider each, 915 millimeters long, to give max distance capability, and doing the E10 with double sliders on each rail to completely convert them both, plus the $45 shipping from China, but only $177. But that's for the hardened steel versus the, what they say, 420 steel or something. It's supposed to be the next higher grade versus the high wind one, which would have been like almost $400. So I don't know, 177 to convert both printers. I'm almost thinking like just have them redo a quote just for, you know, each one separate. That way I know like what it would cost if I did 2 separate complete orders. But it's not too bad. So it's about 132 for all 5 rails, essentially. Where is their email? Because I just got it. Wrong email account. Come on, change. There we go. Robot Dig is who I looked up. And yeah, so the MGN 12 2 carriage at $375 for 2 sets. That's $54, and then the MGN 12 1 carriage 915 millimeters 3 sets is $114. Shipping costs, FedEx for $45 for 213, and that's in the 440C stainless steel. And it says, or you can get the hardened steel linear rail carriage It'd be 48 for the first set, 84 for the second set, and then 45 for the total ship for both of those things. And it's only 177 for everything. So I don't know that. That's pretty crazy when you think about it. Shipping twice. What do you mean? Well, it's $45 for the entire order is what they were saying, and it's the same price on either the 440 stainless or the just the hardened steel. But I don't know what would be better, stainless steel or just the hardened steel. Oh yeah. No, but I understand that part. But I'm saying like I don't know if I really want to convert the E10 to linear rails because it's starting to work when I put just the regular bearings in. So I don't know if I really want to change that one. But what I was saying was if I split it up as two separate orders, yeah, I'm paying shipping twice. But if I'm doing two completely different time frames, then, you know, for a money aspect wise, I mean, it might be more worth it just to find that out. But hardened steel is fine because that's the cheaper one, and that'd be a lot more in my budget. I guess I gotta get the K280 now that it's already heated up. I never got it. I never told it to start, so it already safety shut off the heat. You know, Scott, if I would have looked at, before you even called me, if I would have looked at the YouTube page itself, it's now telling me on my stream health side of the page that there was no data. And it says, if you believe this is incorrect, ensure that you're sending a stream and that it is configured with the correct stream key. Gotta love it. Something tells me by the path of that I didn't open up the air holes for the two main sides. You know, I'm wondering Since I'm not really too keen on this middle triangle here, I wonder if I just import that Anycubic one that had the right light layout. I wonder if that would be like a better choice. Like just cut, you know, the ejection ports that it uses, and then just, you know, merge that part in to have that be the cool air holes that would need. God, this stuff is, internet is going so slow tonight. So I better start that print job before I make it time out again. There we go. Where was that? Here we go, parkour. File. Load already. There we go. Maybe? Alright. Select it. Excuse me. Oh, come on. Hey. Yeah, just internet is going up and down on speed. This stream is taking so much bandwidth that, like, me just trying to do little things is like slowing my computer down. Yeah. Still got a little bit. Wow, my internet is super crawling now. Hopefully it's not dropping too many frames. Come on. What is going on? Wait, nothing really wants to respond at all now. Probably a background Microsoft patch. Doing the Mighty Mouse way. Jeez, what is going on? You know, and just last night we watched Wreck-It Ralph, a new one where he breaks the internet. And I'm wondering if somehow something got loose and it's getting me now. Jeez. None of my Google stuff is even responding right, so I can't change anything. I don't know. Hopefully the stream didn't lock up. I wonder if it's just Chrome having the issue. Oh, this is a little weird. I mean, whoa. Yeah, Chrome is going nuts. Know what happened to this stuff. I mean, there's like 40 entries for Chrome. Oh, so I force close Chrome and now I get Adobe Acrobat crashed. I swear. You think you fix one problem and then 5 others show up. Yeah, it's looking like practically everything on my side is just crashing out now. I don't even know why. So we might have to end this a little early. Slowly closing one Chrome window after another. There we go. I think I found the bad one. Just don't understand why some programs open themselves or put an entry in the computer like 5 times. It just doesn't make any sense. It's not all falling apart, but yeah, kind of. All right. Let's see if we can relaunch Chrome the right way. Come on. Man. Now I'm back up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 26 entries for Chrome. And they're all taking at least 20K of memory and some all the way up to 180K. It's dropped a few off, but not very many. Some of these times, sometimes these computers, I just don't know. I don't understand how they. I mean, I've been doing this for a long time, so you'd think, you know, I'd be pretty decent at like figuring this stuff out. It feels like every week, you know, Microsoft introduces something else that's out of the ordinary, so now nobody knows how to fix it or deal with it. And even when you call them to try to find out from the source, they don't even know. They're like, what do you mean a patch dropped? No, you released it. Well, I'm just tech support. Okay, well then how do I fix it? Well, I don't even see a thing for it, so I couldn't help you because I don't know. Microsoft. What's she going to do? Oh, yeah, I can't even see anything on the K280 there. You're not really fun. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, my computer practically crashed during a live stream, so you know, not a whole lot to be fun about. But this is more just, you know, kind of casual hangout, so it's not meant to be like super exciting. I do apologize if that was kind of the thing there. Alright, I finally got the part in. Let's see what we can come up with. Where is my desktop? There we go. Alright. Well, I'm sorry you feel that way. I don't know what you're kind of expecting. I mean, it's just a hangout, so... I mean, if you've got any constructive criticism, I'm willing to hear. I mean, what do you think would make it more fun? We got quite a few other streamers all happening at the same time, so you know. Sometimes that does affect the crowd. Doesn't allow for as many people to kind of join in and have fun. That looks good. So, and group that, cut that off. There we go. Yeah. Oh, it's getting pickolated. Yeah. You know, Asteria, you don't really have to be rude like that. I mean, just because you don't find me fun doesn't mean that I'm not fun. I mean, and really, you're the one that clicked my channel, so you know, hey, to each their own. I just do what I do. I'm having fun. I mean, I'm learning stuff as we go. I'm trying to figure things out, see how it works. So you know, hey. Alright, let's see. Alright. Ooh, I didn't line that up at all. Okay. Drop that down. Cut. Cut all that off. Group that. Bam. Ooh, what'd I do? I missed a part. There we go. I went one way, but not the other way. Okay. Oh, so this is just a two-sided port. I thought it was all 3. Well, okay. uh, how much off is that then? Oop, I got that wrong. Alright, let's change the color so I can actually see it there. Okay. Wow, that fits in all the way to there. So if we evened it up, well, that's not too awful. I mean, it's coming out further than what I thought for what I built, but yeah, because that was the other problem that I kind of have with the Delta one is it's, but there's also a lot more mass on it. So I mean, this one has got, the other Delta is different, and that one's. I need to make sure the wires. Yeah, they're high enough that wouldn't be in the way. So, remember changing the nozzle. What do you mean, remember changing the nozzle? I mean, the heat block, which I mean, I know I'm going to have to worry about on that here in a minute, but I'm going to have to draw out a heat block on here. That way I can make sure, like, what size, because I don't even remember. Of course, I'll have to wait till the next print, so it'll be cool and I don't melt my, my calipers. Well, darn it. I thought this one had the center one. Oh, right, right. Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay. So that part is not really going to do anything for reference that I wanted. Where was that other one that I saw? Also, part color. I think that was the one that I was looking up. Hey, Llama, it's not a problem. If you want to start streaming, because mine is going to be, I'm going to be ending here in probably about 20 more minutes. So, I mean, by all means, though, if you want to keep on, if you want to stream, stream. I mean, you already gave some channel time earlier. I'm good with that. All right. Come on. Alright, so let's import version 3 that they did. See if that's any better. Oh, let's rotate. No. I don't know why Tinkercad like tries to think for you. Stream. Does Tinkercad have a function like S3D where you can drop it to the work plane or in, like an existing work plane? Because I guess I've never quite figured that one out. All right, there we go. So, dang it, Llama, now you got that song stuck in my head. You're so mean. Alright, oh, it's not gonna cut it all out. Okay, no. We'll run the first batch and then come on. Select all three. There you go. Yikes, it's a big box. That one. There we go. Just the part. I wanted to kind of go away. All right, so Uh, find that. Oop. Does that in here every time? Yeah, got it, got it. Stupid, I get the one arm of the stupid Delta goes to the X tower, slams into it, gets caught, then it starts skipping steps like crazy, and then the only way to get it out, because it says homing failed, of course, got to reconnect, and then it'll start doing it. I don't understand why. It's so irritating when it does that. Come on. I think I might have shortened this length just a tad. I don't think it's coming through. Yeah, I shortened it. There. All right. Okay. So what do we think of that? There we go. Now I can go home. Okay. That way it's just, but not even have a divider in here. Like just let the air naturally fight pressure here and fight here. You think that would work better, or should I put a small triangle like just into, like that stays within here to block off left side versus right side, so then they don't fight against each other. They just straight curve right to the exit port. What do you think? Keep it simple. Okay. So once this one gets done printing, it's almost done anyway. I guess then I'll make sure that the distance here is not too crazy, and then you know, make sure that these two are even, and then maybe do a little bit of cleanup, and then I got to work on the airport through here. I got to figure out how I'm gonna make it more focused like that one, or just cut the other ones and then paste them in here and then just make a connecting block back to the main body. So it's essentially that, just on the three sides, you know what I mean? I really wouldn't mind learning how to do like the chamfers, I think is what it's called, where you curve the surface a little bit to make it a little bit more sleek. Because like right here, I've got part of the triangles sticking out of that curved surface there. But you know, of course, then again, if I did this in 360, it'd probably work a lot better just overall. Yeah, I was thinking like that'd be nice to round it right there. I don't know what the segments are doing. Okay. Make these small. Ah, where'd you go? Why aren't you staying? Oh, why are you halfway through the plane? There you go. How you like them apples? I'm surprised I even pulled it off. That was probably a waste of time, but you know, hey. That way people can see when it's printing. Yeah, that's what I got. Sometimes. Yeah, I didn't even put a hole on that side at all, and I don't think I merged. Yeah, that one doesn't really have a hole either. I don't think I merged that one at all the right way. I guess while we're still waiting, no time like the present, right? Just import that file back in. Yeah, import it. Do. Alright, so take a box. Why didn't it grab that one little piece? That's weird. They don't have the design completely even. And that's cut, and then we'll... That was probably the really crazy way of doing it. Ooh. That's really awesome. There we go. Group that. Ah! Oh, I miss it. There. Okay. Ah. Well, that didn't do what I thought it was going to do. Alright, fine. Wait, what are you doing? We'll ungroup that. This. This. Group together. There you go. And then drop that one over here. that. Good get. Take that. Copy paste. I don't have to worry about it showing back up some weird way. Alright, there we go. Now I've got my parts. Now see, these are too big to really go on there normally. I mean, yeah, I can just do that and, you know, shrink them down, but it just... need to hide that. That ledge. Delete it. Can't you make things like, if you select one object and the other, tell it to size it to the same, right? Am I just like missing something here? Did I skip something? Align it then. .53. Why did he go that direction? Oh, yeah, it surely is. Oh. Appreciate it. I'll probably just keep on playing with this for a little bit and head on to bed myself. But so yeah, the camera fell, but it finished the locking ring, so I'm just gonna print a couple more rings and this. It's almost done printing. Let's see, how much time does it have left? Oh, and of course, with that weird lockup, my Octoprints all like stopped responding correctly. It's only got a few more minutes, but I'm going to use that as kind of just the sizing, make sure that the top holes still line up like they're supposed to and all. Adjust it onto my new design here and see how that goes. And we'll take, you know, the parts like that, I'll start fiddle-faddle with it and see what I can come up with. And I mean, have it all tagged with the label and all that, and see what else I can come, because I'm sure I've seen a couple of other people come up with like the curved surface and how to make it work like that. So let's see what I can come up with. But well, guys, thanks for hanging out. Next week, you know, just kind of normal thing, unless we come up with something. Maybe I'll have all the parts printed so we can actually do the backer board onto the K280. Maybe do a, you know, install of that. If you guys do have any suggestions on some other content, you know, send me an email, drop me a line below, you know. I'll read every comment and kind of go from there. So, anyway, thanks for hanging out, and we will see you guys next week for a new Hangout. Thanks.